practice doing English together. Lights. And a ring light. Ring light. Years later does not work. But it's morning, good afternoon. Have a rice box. I mean, getting quite blessed up actually from fasting, but obviously exempted from obligatory fasting, from dry fasting. So I've been doing a long old cannabis oil and herbal thing, macaroon, cannabis in the coffee, taking my herbal supplement, water, distilled water with electrolytes, distilled water with a drop of essential oil, and a couple of soups, a couple of vegetable soups, and the soup, or like a bone broth. I had like pre-made bone broth last night, which half of it accidentally went down the sink because of a long story, but so it was like 4 or 5 days where I basically was just on fluids. I got super hungry, so I cracked open a jar of chips and asparagus, artichoke. So that wasn't enough because I can't be like half in, half out. Hello, I just have to look at my. So this is what I've got because it looks too much for 5 days of pretty much liquids. It's way too much. Actually, when I spread it all out, maybe not. Why are you here? Just to speak English. Rice, chicken, salad. Practice my English. Bon appetit. I hate wearing clothes. Fast is good. Fast is good. Sometimes I don't know if I'm having a DID PTSD breakthrough or a PTSD DID breakdown, but it's pretty similar. What the fuck? Least effort person ever, and I'm just lights out. Okay, it's easier. What's a gaylord? I don't think I need all of this. Kind of, this is, let's take the mayonnaise. Oh, everybody wants to watch rabbit eating. Well, you're in luck. This will be one, probably things you've seen this evening. Hello, hello. What's with all the viewers? You want a rabbit mukbang? A rabbit mukbang, Yaz. Mukbang. A rabbit mukbang. Mukbang. Go easy, you know. If only I could hear myself. Tiny piece of chicken. So I found they're all gone. Who says, yo, bro? Eddie says, my country. Come Somalia. Haven't you not got like a never war in Somalia? I'm terrible at eating. I'll be doing it online. Because I spend probably 95 alone. Welcome to my live stream. Both of you in the chat, they've already shouted out your names. Bad, but at least genuine. Only I can hear that beeping outside. I don't think my phone picks up the sound. It's a bit loud pitched. In fact, the volume keeps like doing a mad thingy because the icon for keeps coming up as being turned off. Not that that should, wherever he is. Shove it in. I forgot how to do it. I'm just a pig. My jaw moves up. Let's get that description. Pig, no. Jellyfish is one. I think my right. I think, you know, whatever semblance of attractiveness I have, I'll try to hang on to it still if there's any left. Hello everybody. Ramadan, happy Baha'i fast, happy Christian fast. If you're Jewish, lay off the boys for one night. That was a joke, by the way. Hello, Bagum. Happy Bagum. Quality bad. Yeah, sorry. Does it sound? Let's see if I... That will have improved things. Marty McStar knows my BM name. BC. Threw me off guard there, writing that name on there. I don't mind that name. It's the full version I don't like. It's only really family that gets to call me Tash or Tasha. You family, Mr. McStar? Hello everybody. I've just sorted out a couple of things that will have sorted out. I don't even know how. Like, I'm trying to eat and I've already explained I can't eat properly. Trying to speak, I've already explained. I need to practice. Practice the English. So difficult without like an audio to follow and without, God. I'm sure I was just hungrier than, you know. Analytical, hello my love. So because of Ramadan and Baha'i fast falling at starting the same time, I've not had any alcohol for about, it must be like actually 7 or 8 days now. My goodness. Alcohol is nice. Alcohol is my friend in need, when I'm in need. All right. But not all bad habits stop during Ramadan for me. You know, I'm in the house all the time. And I'm such a fucking mongrel. Been looking at caravan homes. What I need to do is write down a list of all the words that I can think of. For real. I feel like all of this was a bad idea. Like, why am I trying to eat and talk and record UK Asylum? It's addiction. What, to UK Asylum videos, big shout out to you. Addiction to alcohol. I mean, I was thinking more, you know, nicotine. I'm happy that I do not set fire to drugs any longer, but I do have nicotine. I'm in narcotics. I don't set fire. That's a pretty major addiction. Masturbation is a pretty stable need. It's all part of the I just be so careful what I say because I can't take any of it back, and a lot of it is probably not well thought out. I love my daughter more than anything or anyone. More than anything. I think I love Ella more. And Allah loves Amy more. Aren't we all lucky to have one God? Whatever you call them, Jehovah, Yahweh, Allah, God, Mon Dieu, or by some other name. Happy days, no need to fight. And my head is so spun around with Jesus Christ having come back and no one told you. Because, you know, we'll have a fight over it now. Just pit Israel and whatever they are. Pit the Jews and the Muslims against each other with the Christians going, rah, rah, rah. Biggest conspiracy theory. Biggest oppression. Jesus came back and you didn't know. And then you got the worst advertisement ever in the White Rabbit, which was just my pen name, bro. See, I'm a wanker. My biggest problem is I'm a wanker. I can't undo that. It's a peculiar habit. No marriage for me. No sex till marriage. Just got it. Got it late. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So much bad. Probably going to get worse as well. Maybe. A wank itch. Yeah, you know, a wank is one of the simple pleasures in life. What you can do in private, that you can do in private, that you don't even really need encouragement. You definitely don't need porn. Mindful masturbation, you know, the right to the independent, the right to get to know yourself. I'm just saying, like, independently. You don't need no encouragement, but I'm just saying, like, there's a time for everything. And I just get sometimes, especially when I've not slept, because I overdid it yesterday and then I was really hurting and my friend was upset. So my night kind of got a bit weird. I was restless. I didn't sleep. I was in pain anyway. And then I just felt very cowardly, really, to be honest, from probably about 10 o'clock this morning. Like, lost all my bravery. And then stuff like that gets on top of my head, like, where I think this is a joke. Like, not even a joke. Like, this is sick. Like, to be introduced to sex, like, so young, and then that's not appropriate outside of marriage. And I'm like, well, that's way too late now. You try asking anyone to wait. Even at 27, I was laughed out the room, bro. People see you different anyway. You know, even if you think you've changed, people see you different. So. I like the back of my hand. You know, the first time I heard that you could buy like a glove, like a vulva glove, I just thought, there is a God, man. Because if you need that, you know, you need it. Where would I be without sticks? You know? It's just sad, isn't it? Just how sad is that? I feel sorry for my neighbours, like, for real. I'm not like they have to watch or anything. It's just, I don't know, I'm loud. Like, I'm kind of deaf inside a lot, more than you might expect. So I'm easy to kind of follow around. I'm all about the unity. And then in completely inappropriate behaviour, at least in private. And I'm fortunate that I grew up in the 80s, because I did miss the whole swipe over into just available porn. And I was never into it. I was shown porn at 14. I didn't like it. And I've watched, of my own accord, porn online. Like, literally like 3-4 times. And I've had to think of that before, so I'm not missing any out. Like, I'm just not into it. And usually I search for female anyway, and then I never found anything genuine. And it's horrible. Like, what are you watching people have sex for? What's wrong with you? Like, and also, you're taking part in prostitution without paying anything. So pay up. And that's why I think there's so many OnlyFans girls now. Because sex is meant to be for marriage. It's meant to be, sex is, that's when you fall in love then. Like you make a rational decision about marriage according to what's pleasing to both of you. Then when you do the dis, then you're going to fall in love. And that's a bond forever, like swans. And the fact that there's no marriage, to me, makes, but there's all these sexual partners all over the place, like 6 degrees of separation, gone way overboard. That's why I think there's so many OnlyFans, because in my head in the last year, like as in this time last year was, and up until probably November, was just on a proper tip of like for example, the last time I had a physical hug with anyone was December last year, beginning of December last year. And like little company, little money, what was I doing as a kid? I know well now. Unfortunately, the further you get away from your childhood, the better you're able to see like the whole thing there. So, and I was looking to do stuff. I can't. I don't want to be too explicit because I can't. No one's got the capacity for that. I just like, it makes sense that if you can't get a marriage relationship or whatnot, you start doing stuff for money or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it makes sense, and I thankfully didn't do it. Thankfully, I've never been paid for sex. I've had lots of sex where I didn't give consent, but at least my head goes mad sometimes, and I'll be just like, I'm not normal. I wasn't raised properly. My mum's good though. My mum's good. I bought your company. I think most of reproduction, like being attracted, is about who you're attracted to, sorry. It's mostly about reproduction. And I'm not that. I'm not the girl that guys generally want to take home to their mum or have kids with, because I'm not put together properly. Let's read the comments, because that is very much more interesting than whatever I am talking about. You're a screamer. No, I'm not a screamer. All right, I'm all sorts of things, bruv. Dial it up. Where's your asylum seeker boyfriend? I spoke with him yesterday, old Nick. That is old Nick 666 in the chat. I actually spoke with him yesterday. Don't know where he is. Spoke to him the first time since a long time. Shit. King of Belfast is here. I'll put you in timeout. For 1 minute. Thanks for being here, Pete. So I'm here to practice English. I wrote a good poem. I keep saying that. I'm amazed. It's only since I stopped smoking weed in April last year that somehow it's not only that. It's really not only that. It's just, my God, I did take a crack round the head a few years ago, so I feel like, wouldn't it be nice if we all hang out? I want to do an open mic, honestly. I was looking to do something like that. I've set up a page on Meetup on the 28th of February. And on the 3rd of March, some guy in Luton called Charlie signed up to Meetup on the 3rd of March and followed my group. Luton is 60 miles away. What the hell does Charlie from Luton have to do with signing up on the 3rd of March and following my group? I thought that was very weird. And I was like, thanks, Charlie. You look like you're of Iranian descent, in fact. Sure you are watching me. You can watch me walk away. Really, I need to sell this place, pay off my debts, move into cheap accommodation like a mobile home or something. Invest some money from what's in this place. Whatever. It's all bullshit. I'm so long. Honestly, I'd rather just stay here, but I'm just in this place all the time. My ex-boyfriend is passing my house all the time. Every time I go out, which is virtually never, he is there. And even if he's not there, well, he's just there. And he never knows what's going on. He always like has to ask for an interpreter. Oh. What on earth would make a person join Meetup on the 3rd of March and just follow my group all the way from Luton? Sad. So keep an eye on my shit. Well, move my shit somewhere else. I don't even care. Someone else will do it. I just really feel like I've been awake for like 2 days now. It's a bit annoying actually, but I have an idea of a kind of proper speech that I want to make. Just getting out of bed is a miracle, and being dressed, it's enough of an achievement. I'm not being complacent, but it's effort, bro. I am a bit complex, aren't I, Dan? Dan, are you the same Dan that was like a few years... Oh, don't even tell me. Dan's are all the same anyway. Marty asked what I'm eating. Well, it was a rice box with chicken, you know, the breaded chicken and salad on one side and rice. And it is very nice. But where I've done a kind of a wet fast for 5 days, and the only meals I've had have been soup, and the only calories that I've been taking have been in cannabis, MCT cannabis oil, homemade, I might add. And, you know, my herbal powders. So just basically liquid diet for 5 days. I got to the point where I needed to eat food. And I had olives earlier, like about maybe 2 hours ago, olives and artichokes, and it didn't seem enough. But when I got English good, yeah. When I got the box, it seemed like a little bit, and also I'm being watched as well, and I don't really know what's worse, you watching me trying to eat or me trying to eat with you watching me, but I've been trying to do something with the laptop as well. You know, if I'm here to practice English, I should think about what I'm going to say. I've been trying to do something with that laptop that got locked. The laptop has the documents, the autobiography on it, some of which is on Substack, that may have got me in trouble last year. And like I said, it isn't something that I want to carry on with, but what was I talking about that laptop for? I need Braille, like, or something, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, I like touch and, you know, silence and shared intentions that working towards the same goal. All this impressiveness with verbosity is not... Head injuries change a person, okay? But mine... Who fucking knows with me? I'm on like drugs from so young. On drugs and alcohol before that young. My mum was funny though. Half a word there, but you know, at least I'm trying. It's good. Like I can't fault the chicken dip. They changed their breads as well, which I'm so thankful for them for doing. And the frying pan changed their flour as well, so they're not using the fortified flour anymore. Love them for that. I'm really not going to be able to eat much, obviously, because you can't basically be on liquids for 5 days and then knock an entire rice box home or back. But I think I'm done. Also, I want to re-record my my dub from 2020 that's on it's on links on my page called Live Over. It's on Odyssey. It's the only place it is now because it was recorded live on YouTube, and then I think 6 months later I deleted everything off my page. And then about a year later, I uploaded it again, but it didn't stay up. I had an issue with subtitles and took it down. And then the third time it was put up, it was removed after about 4 or 5 months by YouTube, banned it for dangerous conspiracy and incitement to violence. It's only comedy. And I'd like to re-record that where I'm not actually smoking weed. Because, I don't know, whatever. And ideally I'd like to do more dubs like that. Even though I dubbed that live, unscripted, I'd been studying that video for a little while, like on and off. I kept coming back to that BBC Prince Andrew interview, and I'd been kind of studying, watching people talking online and body language or whatnot, and I had a couple of runs live before where I was dubbing, and I thought, oh, I can do this, so I set it up again, and it looks very much like it wasn't unscripted or someone speaking words in my ear or something, but it took longer than, you know, than that. And obviously I was live streaming every day as well to practice my English, to get to the point where I had words to use. Because, you know, face is a funny thing. It's weird being the only person. Like, I don't see anybody. You all, wherever you are, see me, and I don't see you. I'm not doing intermittent fasting, no. Excuse me. I'm trying to do too many things at once and failing. I've done OMAD type style, but basically the fasting that I followed was a snake diet, Cole Robinson. You go 0 calories, you're on water, and that's it. For 24 hours, for 48 hours, for 72 hours, and for longer. If you can get past 72, you'll be fine. If you need to lose that weight, but to get up to that point, I was practicing 24-hour fasting every day. Excuse me, I need to rinse my mouth. Just piss me off being ranker, because sex is supposed to be a bonding. And that's why CSA, any kind of rape, and I don't mean where you were just both of you was drunk. Like, that's wrong and everything, and it's unfortunate, but you lose, like, your original soul, like, your chastity, if you like, especially if it's not a one-off, but it's a grooming experience. Chastity is still there, but you can't see it, and you don't really get to practice it maybe practicing it on a different route, but the original soul, you know, demon possession, even to a point, like, people can get in your mind with fear and control you, whatnot. Glenn being over there in Texas, Florida, I was thinking about writing her a letter, I don't know. A lot of times I miss my daughter so much, you know. My virginity, my chastity, my daughter. It's a lot. My mum as well, like, you know, my mum still got a handle up to a degree, although, you know, I know Jesus is Lord or whatever. This is some homemade cannabis oil. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot to be like 44, so, you know, 30, 40 years later, and I'm still a wanker. And that there is for the old emotional bonding. At least I'm all right. I'm not the only one in trouble, but it seems to be quite a lot of trouble about anyway. So snake. I rate the snake diet guy. But the thing is, I didn't just bounce in there. I actually had done a couple of years learning about fasting before I jumped in. But I had so much weight to lose. You know, I was like 16.5 stone. So, and I had help by when I started eating one meal in the evenings only, and the rest of the time I was on water, so I had like an hour to eat, but I didn't usually eat for that long in the evenings, just a meal. Maybe I think I might have had a coffee or a cup of tea as well, but the rest of the day I was just on water, so it's like 0 calories. And that really helped, because I think for about, I don't know if it was 6 months or if it was a bit less than that, like my dinner was taken care of all the time. It helped me to ease into fasting until I was able to try a 48-hour fast, try 72 hours. And honestly, if you get to 72 hours, you shouldn't really, on a wet fast like 0 calories, you shouldn't really stop then. That's the point where you're going to start burning fat and you're going to start having loads of energy, because your fuel source is constant. Dan, I never did the massage service. I wish I hadn't got rid of my massage couch. I came back from Tunisia 2 Novembers ago and was so short of money and fed up and whatnot. I thought I will do that, and I practiced on someone. Someone gave me a table of free cycle, and I practiced on someone, and it really fucked me up. Like I'm incapacitated, bro. I wasn't able to do an hour's massage and then be all right. And he wanted a lingam massage as well, and it was just ridiculous. I just started laughing. I was like, what the fuck, all this energy information coming off your penis? It was just weird. He was like on a table, and then like I'm like, the table's like waist high. It was bizarre experience, and it didn't have a happy ending. I was just laughing. And so I never did it. The only time that massage table got used for any action was somebody that I found on Gumtree that came here to give me a massage for about 20-30 minutes, and then I gave him probably just a 10-minute massage, to be honest. I don't really remember. He was some like insanely good masseur. I never even asked him where he trained. Like, he was ridiculously good. And then I also discovered that I don't really like having a finger put up my backside as well when he did, so I didn't know that was happening. You know. Fire. And I stopped him from penetrating me with his penis, because that has to happen once at least in life. Do you say no? I just managed to not. I'm just so fed up of guys thinking they're just gonna plug in and then walk away as if what, you know. It messes me up no ends, and I can't handle it. And it's so disappointing. It's like maximum disappointment. And then if it's like, if there's all like a lead up to it, like seeing somebody, and then you're like, all right, well, you know, I'm not a 44-year-old virgin, and this guy doesn't want to get married, but I just want to have a normal life. And then just wasn't good enough. First time was all right, and then after that it was just fucking chore, and I didn't have no say in the relationship. All of our junk is mixed up together. It was so foolish. It's a bit like somebody that's used to getting burnt, and then flame comes near you again, and there's no light. You're just like used to getting burnt or something. Anyway, That's the guy I'm moaning about because he lives in town. But with the massage man, I stopped him from going too far. Some might say we went too far already, but my God, that was good massage. And then recently on Gumtree, I answered an advert for someone looking for bodies and asked him, could he give me some information from his tutor to say where he was studying to need bodies. And I had some cock and bull story, but the main thing was he just kept going on about trauma, and I was like, you just, one asking me one time, tell me about your trauma, unsolicited, was enough for me to be like, I don't really care what your motivation is in trying to get massage bodies, but you're not going to pretend to be a counsellor stroke therapist at the same time, because that's not cool. Anyway, what do people think? I just woke up. I mean, I did just wake up, but I still haven't been having some, reality in that. Well, it's just, it comes in stages, but you know, it's like developing a photograph. So I've got the photo in my hand. I know there's a photo there. The scene develops over time, but I still know that a photograph's been taken. Right, Belfast, you can be quiet. No, actually, I won't. Mutual massage was one at a time, innit? But do you not think, though, all the sex before marriage and then, like, oh, guys, it's going to take forever to get the world sorted out, isn't it? We've all done it wrong. When will it ever, become normal? I just think if there was one thing we could fix in the world, it'd be romance. Love and marriage. To get them round the right way again. So that people know, like, you're supposed to have a license for that. Like, I suppose it's a bit like if you've got, if you ever had an animal that's a bit out of control, there's a point with an animal where you can't rein them in. You can't rein them in. You let them know that you see them, but you have to let them run or do whatever mad shit is that they do. And then you let them get on with it, and then kind of you let them know when it's time to stop, because they'll shag themselves out. You know what I mean? They'll exhaust themselves, and maybe that's what will happen. But I just find it so heartbreaking because, we're hearts, we are souls, and we have hearts and intellects, and all those things can feel pain. And so the whole love and marriage thing for me is like, it's a head trip. I feel like there's so many conflicting versions of what this world is about compared to how I was raised, and then what the outside world was saying compared to what was going on at home, and then religion gets involved, and it's like, well, how many versions are there of this? So we all make up our own minds, right? We have the right to do that. Independent investigation of truth. That's a human right. So then I'm like, well, this place is funny because it's kind of not what it said in the brochure. I just wish it would get sorted out, honestly, but, one day. Because wouldn't that be nice, though, if we had solid family relationships once again, and we were like swans, your mates for life. Maybe you're allowed one mistake. Not like 12 partners by the time you're 16. That's awful. Follow the comments. All right, King of Belfast, you are in timeout for 24 hours. Because this is a chilled one. We don't need chilled. Practice English with Yaz. I think snake diet can help, bruv, but I think it's more like Cole Robinson, big respect to him, but he's not going to answer every question you've got. You have to learn from different sources and kind of be your own doctor, but try and get as much actual varied medical advice as possible. Want to know if I've missed any people's comments. Silent Seeker Boyfriend. He was actually from Hackney. Food Bank Dan. Oh, Diazepam, my God. Multicultural Britain. Salam alaikum. Speak English. Eddie from Somalia has gone by the looks of it. Oopsie daisy. Alright, people, so... God. Will I ever be normal? When will I be famous? I think I could, you know, I'm really happy to be, what, I'm like 10.5 stone. That's kind of my sweet spot, really. And I've got way too much loose skin, loose ligament type scenarios as well going on. But and I'm under 18% fat according to my weighing scale, so I'm not like high fat, but I could get smaller again. That would be cool. I mean, I'd have my breasts removed, to be honest. They're heavy, they're annoying, they get in the way. I don't need them for a great deal, though they are very attractive. At least I think they are. But that's because I'm my #1 fan, so, you know, in the right light. I'm just a bit mad, really. Like, the thought of having sex with another person without a marriage license and all that meaningful stuff that leads up to it is repulsive to me. But at the same time, I'd like everyone to sit around naked. Thank you. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just practicing English. Everyone sit around naked. I don't know. Top G. Hello. It's Andrew Tate. How did I know Lord J would come in here simping? He's a predator. All right, guys, don't talk about other people in the chat. Talk about me. Well, I feel the lighting is probably the worst it's been. And also the background is appalling. That's better. So what accent? What is even my real voice? Quite babyish, maybe. I don't know. Do you like my t-shirt? It says out of this world, I think. What a slump. I've been trying to concentrate on lifting my neck, shoulders back. I can't maintain it at all. I'm a slouch potato. Feels like you guys are all round here or something. It must have been because I had such a good talking to myself earlier. Worries about Amy. You all need to get out of here. Oh, guys, I found my money. Or at least I found the most of it. I thought I lost 300 and I found 180, and that must have been it. I must have just had less than what I thought. Yeah, because I took out 300, did I not? Well, whatever. Oh, I took out 500, or God knows what I did. I'll never do that again. And I found it after all this time. And I found it the day after I bought a new lock for my door. I've got a replacement for my Yale. So it was almost like that needed to happen, because I needed to get that lock fixed. I need to just go out and just be able to go out and not have any concern that anyone's been into my apartment whatsoever. None. So I've got no interest in proving if anyone's been in or nothing. I just want to prevent people from coming in without my permission. So yeah, the day after I bought the lock, the money turned up. It's my own shit. What else to talk about, Top G? Yeah, no. So for age 19, I wanted no sex before marriage, but very little intention of actually, or any idea of how to. And Lights of Guidance is a compilation that's got some very good guidance on how to, with dating, relationships, for marriage. But 27, when I wanted to wait till marriage, now I literally had a neighbour who I was friends with, make a Facebook group for me, because he thought it was so hilarious that I wanted to wait until marriage for sex. And no, you got no chance. You're going to be celibate. And the amount of times that I got raped by people, don't freak out, okay? It's not the first time. But just because I had no capacity to say no, and they had no intention of getting consent, they just wanted to get their own way. And I had, like, to find out that I had, just like the children under the stairs movie, and the kid's tongue has been cut out. There is no in my vocabulary. I only found that out through getting sober, and it was very frightening. And then when I started to practice, just not having someone round my place, say after a date, like, fuck me, the kickback from that was bad. I hate it when people push boundaries. I hate casual sex. It's disgusting. So, because you need a license, all right? Because it's a bonding. You guys have all had your heart broken before, because you got with the girl and you fell in love and then you broke up, and you want to blame it on her, or maybe partly on yourself, or maybe on her. Really, the problem was there are laws around marriage. It's mostly to protect women, because if we fall pregnant and you run away and we can't care for ourselves, the government can take our baby and put them in care, or we can end up on the street with a kid. You know, that happens to people in Ireland. So you need that piece of paper, and all girls really at some point want a white wedding. They want a white wedding. People just don't know how to go about finding it. Think it's a joke or whatnot. It doesn't need to be religious. Get to a registry office. Just have some respect for yourself. Be sensible. Like, think you're going to fall in love potentially. And if you don't love her or him and you just want to fuck, which is what I think I ended up doing last time, it won't go well, because you don't like them enough, and then you won't like yourself. And then if you're like me and your freaking neighbours, you can't get away from them. I have to literally sell my home to get away. So the only outcomes are going to be bad. And honestly, if you want sex outside of marriage, you should pay her. I fully support prostitutes, because I don't believe in casual sex. I think you should pay her. Yeah, and we're all fucked. Custard tart. That's what I was saying. We've all done it wrong. It's like a bit late for us now. I mean, how many times have you been around? Trojan horse cat. How much? I put a football bet on Champions League today. Liverpool, Bayern Munich. Can't read that. Milan, Barcelona all win 14-1. Waiting on the Barca result. Oh, nice one. Trojan horse cat says, what meds do you want? Low dose samisulpride, which is a dopamine agonist. Levothyroxine, 100 micrograms. And hydrocodone and cannabis, MCT cannabis oil made with runts weed. And nicotine. And so many herbs that... have my own medicine cabinet. I mean, what to do, guys? Theatre's coming out. I would love a go at this in this world with an able body. I'm sure it'll have its own frustrations, but hello. Trying to get comms. Well done, mate. You won 1,400 quid. Should bank right. PayPal.me YASHI 1980 Yashi 1980. Thank you very much. I'll take my tax. Congrats, mate. Nice win. 1,400 euros. Lovely jubbly. Good bet as well. You done well, mate. I hope you that saves you a few unpaid bills or gets you a nice weekend somewhere. I can't follow these comments. I wonder what they've seen at the theatre. to wait another almost another month to get my hair thingied. My neck is now falling off. I need to tie my hair up. I could just do this inane kind of 3-syllable running commentary for ages, you know. It gets really fucking tedious, especially when people comment, copy my Canva or whatever it is. I've got 2 beds. No, I need the whole space to myself. What I really want is a studio. What I think would be amazing is for a property app where instead of searching by area, you search by budget and by what you want. So if I say I want a maximum 100,000 and I want a studio. I don't want a 1-bed. I don't want a maisonette. I don't want none of this. I want a studio apartment, and I don't care where it is. Just show me studio apartments up to X amount of money. I think that would be great, you know, because I'd love to have like an open space and that. But realistically, what I can afford is a static caravan. About 25,000 is probably what I could spend if I was able to sell this place for 250. And I paid, bearing in mind, I paid 300 for it. Because I got, you know, because they saw me coming or whatever. Because the salesman was really good, basically. Let's give it to Louis. And because it's a lovely apartment, and I had a choice of 2, and I had to move on from where I was pronto. So if I sold for 250, I had to pay 25 grand of debt. That leaves me with, and then I would take 25 grand for myself. I would come off of welfare, but I would still get about 6 grand a year in PIP. I think it's about 6 grand a year, give or take. It's just gone up. And I would take, and I would have 200,000, and I would split that 200,000 in half again, and a third of, so you've got 100,000, 100,000, and 25,000. 25,000, that's me for like the year, hopefully a bit more. And so I would take 33 grand, so split into 3, and I would buy a mobile home and move into that. And then 33 grand I would put into gold to hold. 33 grand I would put into Bitcoin to hold. And then I would have 100,000 left. And I would probably do the same with that, like put some of it in gold to hold, some in Bitcoin to hold, but not forever. Just, they would be separate accounts. Like one would probably be in my daughter's name. Or maybe like in the Universal House of Justice, and like not in their name exactly, but like if I was to just pop my clogs unexpectedly, the money would go to Universal House of Justice, and Amy May like care of Universal House of Justice. And I think I'd need to appoint like another trustee to make sure she gets it when she turns 18. And I'd need to like leave instructions about how she was going to receive that money, if she's still alive or if she's whatever can be found. So, and then I would use like 33 grand to get a broker and get them to actually make some money with crypto if possible. And then if after a year, like, see if that 33, or, you know, what the interest I was getting off the gold and the Bitcoin, and see if my broker was making me any money. I think my money would be a lot better in gold and Bitcoin. But it would also be better to sell this property, and I could do with extra spending money, but I could really do with getting out of here. Like the constant beep, beep, beep in the day. Every time I look out the window, I go outside, I see Justin. There's nowhere to go anyway. I've lived here 100 years. I don't really know where else to go, actually, but I just think my money would be better. It'd be better to sell next year, maybe. Oh, it's all speculation. Yes, how many bedrooms? No, I don't like sharing my place. An enigma. I'm not that much of a mystery. I'm a bit, well, you know, should have some mystery. Maybe thinking is, yeah, I'm overthinking it. Because it's not even that easy to sell. Like, it's been on the market twice before, 3 times before. It's never even had anyone in through the door to see it. But I think it's because I paid such a ridiculous price for it, quite honestly. Because two other flats here sold in the last year or so, and they sold for a lot less than this one when they're 1 beds. But hello, DJ Mickey. K1. Time is it? 10 p.m. I've been awake now for like 36 hours. I really hope I sleep. I'm a fucking mess, honest to God. This is probably the longest I've not had a drink in a while. Like, it must be like 7 or 8 days. And I don't think I'd have much of a barrier if it was right here in front of me. I don't think I would. Hillbilly 1980s. All right, guys, play nicely. You know, be nice to each other. Whatever. You know. We'll get through this together. See you guys in heaven, you know. Cheers for likes. One of these days, I'll do a beautifully attractive live stream. I may even paint my face on camera. No, I don't know. What I need to do is just keep going. Just stay alive. Small victories. I really overdid it yesterday without actually trying to. It was just so much more than what I'd done for 2 weeks previously. I think I just stayed in my house for the longest time. And then ended up just doing too much and ended up in pain. And now here I am, like, a day later. Tired. It's something so nice about being in a group, innit? Rather than just being a like one of one. Just be one of one in a group. Oh, I would stay here all day and night, but I can't be, you know, the only one to be maximum effort, minimum results. I don't know. Oh, shall I go, people of the world? People of this. Oh, this guy comes to do the bank, like to put the money in, and he has to run his engine for about an hour. Maybe it's a bit less. Only that is the law. He always comes at this time, runs his engine outside. So now you know. And that was all my English practice. I think you guys are very patient with me. I love me too. I'm sure I would love you if I knew who you were. Thanks, man. Yeah, the demon, you know what? I really love this quote. I think it was Shoghi Effendi, and I don't know if he was quoting someone else, said, tiredness makes cowards of us all. And I feel that a lot. So, you know very well, if you followed me for long enough, that I use live streaming as primarily an opportunity to stay alive by making sure that I communicate somewhere. For the last week or so, I've had someone calling me constantly, like every day, video calling me, sometimes multiple times. And it's been a lot to go from not speaking to anyone, unless I'm doing a live stream, and then maybe like once, twice a month speak to my mum and speak to Zero. So, you know, it keeps things ticking over. But you guys, you know I come here to kind of for my own sanity, so I appreciate you a lot. I really do. Like, whoever you are, I don't really believe in strangers. Or if I do, I believe in stranger love. Someone get me to the farm. I need somewhere, something to do. Says I need somewhere to be, Trojan. Yeah, it's because this is the thing. I'm not gonna feel any shame over the fact that I speak to the internet. I mean, I have to try and get words out somehow. I just would be better off if I spent more time, you know, thinking about what I'm gonna say first. You know, if I have something to say. So, and I hope I will. I mean, at the end of my days, it'll just be a well done for getting through. I think, you know, anything else would be a bonus. But if you guys ever need anything, like, especially, I don't know, if you have some previous with helping guys with like relationship problems, like nothing too in depth, or I don't want to get involved in your relationship, but that's an example where it was actually from Patreon. Someone paid me, or maybe they didn't even pay me, but they were asking, I give them advice for their sex life basically, and I think it was money well spent. They sorted them out. If you ever want to just drop me a line, my email should be visible on my page. If it's not, it's yashasvi137. That's YASHASVI137 at protonmail.com. Send me a message. I'm on Telegram. Well, that's less preferable, really. Email's good, or both. Telegram is at yashi_xxx. I need to rinse out my sinuses, Trojan horse. That is what I need to do. I'm feeling proper poorly. So thanks for the likes. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the support. Thanks for whatever it is. Thanks for being ummers. Yeah, I'm physically ready to put myself in another space. Maybe the bath. Get on the neti pot. Thanks, Dangerous. I will do. Peace, guys. Love you so much. You're all deserving of love, by the way. We're all worth that. How to off this. Love and light. Yeah. Don't forget, if you're worried about being forgiven, you probably are forgiven. So just go there and you'll get it. Au revoir.